Part 2. Second semester. The first 45-minute test. Test 1. Part 1. Listen and fill in the missing word. 1. I often play soccer with my classmates in the schoolyard. 2. Tyne goes swimming 3 times a week in summer. 3. Our teacher is a big fan of the Manchester football team. 4. I like swimming and cycling in the countryside. 5. My father taught me to swim when I was a child.
Part 2. Listen to the passage and decide whether the sentences are true or false. I have 3 good friends, Tom, Alice and Linda. They like sports. Tom likes soccer and tennis, Alice likes badminton and Linda likes aerobics. They all like watching soccer on television. Tom often plays soccer in the afternoon with his classmates at the weekend. Alice plays badminton twice a week and Linda does aerobics on Thursday and Sunday. Alice and Linda play sports at the sports club.
Test 2. Part 1. Listen to the passage and give short answers to the following questions. Stockholm is a fantastic city. The weather has always been good since I came here. My family had a chance to enjoy a very special cake in the old town. In the afternoon, my mom and dad rented a bike, and tomorrow we are going to cycle around the city.
Part 2. Listen to the passage and choose the best answer. Hi, my name is Kathy. I live in Liverpool. Liverpool is a large city in the north of England. I live with my parents, my 2 brothers and my sister. We live in a large house. In our house, there is a big kitchen, a dining room, a large living room and a toilet. There is also a separate room for a washing machine and freezer. Upstairs, there are 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and another toilet. Outside, there is a large garden. There are 2 garages.
Test 3. Part 1. Listen to the passage and then decide whether the sentences are true or false. When Anne lived in Brazil, she joined a riding club. It was brilliant. She learned how to ride and how to look after a horse. Now she lives in the U.S. and there isn't a club in her village, but it isn't a problem. Her friend lives on a farm and she has 2 horses, so twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays, after school she goes there to ride with her friend. Anne thinks she's lucky. Part 2. Listen to the conversation and fill in the missing word. Will you live in a high-tech house?
Yes, I think so.
How are our houses in the future?
I think they will be very modern.
Is it friendly to the environment?
Yes, that's right. It will only use clean energy so that we can keep the environment clean.
What about the appliances?
The internet TV helps us to watch TV programs from space.
Will you have any robots in your house?
Well, robots will do all the housework, so we will have more time for our family and to relax.
Test 4. Part 1. Listen and write the name of the sports you hear under the picture. 1. Swimming. 2. Skipping. 3. Horse racing. 4. Football.
Part 2. Listen and write the missing words you hear. What do these 3 R's stand for?
They stand for reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Our class is organizing a writing contest. We have to write about the environment.
I see. Why don't you write about the 3 R's?
That's a good idea. I will ask my father for ideas.
Yes, He works at the green company, so he'll give you a lot of information.
Thank you. Test 5. Part 1. Listen to the story and decide if the sentences are true or false. On Saturday, Patricia was in the park when she saw a boy on a mountain bike. He was on the hill when he suddenly fell off his bike. Patricia ran over to help. "Where's my helmet?" he shouted. It was under a park bench, so Patricia went to get it. Just then, another boy ran past, took the boy's mountain bike and rode away. "Stop!" Patricia shouted. She ran after the other boy and stopped him. He got off the bike and ran away. Patricia took the bike back to the boy. "Thank you, Patricia," he said. "How do you know my name?" Patricia asked. "I live next door to you," he said. "My name's Tom." On Sunday, Tom left some flowers on her doorstep to say thank you. Part 2. Listen to the conversation and write the missing words you hear. What's your favorite sport, Matthew?
Probably basketball, but I also like tennis.
Oh, are you a good tennis player?
I'm okay, I think.
How often do you play a week?
What? Tennis or basketball?
Both.
Well, I play tennis twice a week and basketball 4 times a week. I'm on a team.
Oh, really? You do a lot of sport?
True. What about you? What's your favorite sport?
Watching basketball on TV.
Oh, would you like to watch tomorrow's game with me?
Sure, why not?
The second 45-minute test. Test 1.
Part 1. Listen and tick 3 sports mentioned. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm going to talk about sports. The first sport was invented by a Canadian man, although most people believe it was invented by an American. In this sport, you need at least 5 players on each team, and the goal is to shoot a ball into a basket or hoop. This next sport is on a table. There is a little white plastic ball that moves very, very quickly. In Japan, there is a famous little girl who plays this sport. Her name is Love in English. The next sport was invented in England. It requires 11 players on each team. In this sport, you cannot use your hands unless you're the goalie or goalkeeper.
Part 2. Listen to the conversation and write the missing words you hear. Don't worry, we can help you clean up.
We'll need more people. I'm calling our friends and families. Thanks for coming, everyone. We'll pick up all the litter and recycle it. There are bags here for plastic, metal, paper and glass. Batteries are dangerous. They have chemicals inside them. They can kill birds and fish. That's really sad.
Look, everyone, the river is black and dirty, but it will be clean soon. That's the important thing.
Yes, you're right. Look, this bird is trapped. It can't fly.
Poor thing. Can I help?
Yes, you hold him still and I'll remove the plastic bag. Oh, the TV reporters are coming.
We should help them to make the documentary. Test 2. Part 1. Listen and decide if the statement is true or false. Hi, my name is Jack, and I'd like to talk to you about 3 Australian cities. The capital of Australia is Canberra. It's a really interesting city, and there's a lot of public monuments that you can see. However, the population is very small, and it's very hard to get to. The next one is Sydney, which is the biggest city in Australia. It's a really good place for sightseeing, or if you want to get a job, but a lot of people say it's a hard place to live because it's very busy. My hometown is Melbourne, which is in the south. It's called the cultural capital of Australia, and the population is also quite big. But one bad thing about Melbourne is that it is actually quite expensive to travel to other places because it's so far south.
Part 2. Listen to the passage and fill one word in each blank. My name is Sarah. I have lived in Hanoi for 2 years. It is very crowded with a lot of vehicles traveling here and there every day. My house is small but modern with useful appliances such as a washing machine, a fridge, a smart TV and 2 laptops. My favorite appliance is the high-tech robot which can help me do the housework. I named the robot Tom. Tom does several chores for me, like cleaning my room, making coffee and playing the music I like. I feel very comfortable living in my house.
Test 3. Part 1. Listen and fill in the missing words. Last month, Anne's father took her to a glass factory. They visited the recycling workshop where the broken glass was smashed into small pieces, and the glass was washed with a particular liquid detergent. After that, it was dried up and mixed with some chemicals. The mixture was put into a very high-temperature furnace to melt into liquid. The workers in the factory used long pipes to blow the liquid into a variety of shapes. All the glassware looks nice. Anne was very impressed by the journey.
Part 2. Listen and match the city with the activity that Sarah did when she was there. 2 months ago, I visited Vietnam and I stayed in 5 cities. When I arrived in Hanoi, I visited the biggest gallery there to see all the beautiful pictures which remind people of Bao Cap time. Then we moved to Nha Trang to enjoy delicious seafood after swimming in the clear blue sea. We left Nha Trang for Ho Chi Minh City after 3 days to go on a city tour. Ho Chi Minh City is much more modern than Hanoi. I cannot deny that Da Nang is a fantastic city, so we took a lot of photos at sunset. Finally, we ate traditional food in Haiphong. Test 4. Part 1. Listen and write true or false for the following statements. 1. V thinks they can use the club fund to buy light bulbs for classes. 2. At book fairs, students can't swap their new books. 3. Nam thinks it will be good if students go to school by bus. 4. Students can grow trees in the school garden. 5. Used uniforms can be exchanged at uniform fairs.
Part 2. Listen and fill in the missing words. Annette is very good at playing tennis. She often dreams of becoming a professional tennis player one day, but she knows that the chance of making a living as a professional player is very small indeed. Even though Annette is only interested in playing tennis all day long, She knows that it is not a pleasant way of living if you have to spend all your time practicing. Modern methods of training are so hard and take up so much time that you may miss a lot of time at school. And for Annette, tennis is not a reason for leaving school before she takes her exams. Test 5. Part 1. Listen and complete. 1. If the earth is warmer, the sea level will rise. 2. If the sea level rises, some countries will be flooded. 3. If we reduce pollution, we will have enough food to eat. 4. If we don't have enough food to eat, we will be hungry. 5. And finally, you will be dead.
Part 2. Listen and write true or false for each statement. In the past, robots had a minor role. They could only do very simple things. In the future, robots will play a very important role. They will be able to do many things like humans. By the end of this century, we will have to explore the moon to find important minerals. It is dangerous for people, so we will use robots instead of humans. It won't be very expensive because robots won't need money, food, air or water. They will only use solar energy. Robots will get minerals from the moon and they will bring them back to the earth.
Second semester test. Test 1. Part 1. Listen and write true or false for the following statements. 1. The Olympic Games are held once every 4 years. 2. The first Olympic Games took place in 774 BC. 3. They used 5 connected rings as the symbol of the Olympic Games. 4. Football is one of the most popular sports in the Olympic Games. 5. Vietnam has taken part in the Olympic Games.
Part 2. Listen to V talking about how often she plays the following games and tick the correct column. Hi, my name is V. I love sports a lot. The 2 sports that I like most are jogging and badminton. I always do them. Besides swimming and morning exercise are what I usually do. I love them too. Even though football is the king sport, I never play it because you need a team to do that. I rarely have time to be with my friends to play football.
Test 2. Part 1. Listen and write true or false for each statement. My smart house will be built on a hill far from the city center. It is smart because it will know when to start the coffee or how to clean the floor. It will remember the number to call in an emergency. There will be many smart things in my future house. Computers, appliances, and all electronics will be connected to the internet. Television, computer, and phone will merge into one device. All devices are connected. Walls and ceilings are digital screens. I will have a smart robot which can do all the household chores. My life will be great in such a smart house.
Part 2. Listen and fill in the missing word. Sports and games play an important part in our lives. Every one of us can play a sport or a game, or watch sports on TV or at the stadium. When you listen to the radio early in the morning, you can always hear sport news. When you open a newspaper, you can always find information about some football matches. Television programs about sports are very popular, and you can watch something interesting nearly every day.
Test 3. Part 1. Listen to Tom describing his house and complete. 1. Tom's house will be in the country. 2. His house will be surrounded by tall trees. 3. There will be 20 rooms in his house. 4. The house might have a smart TV. 5. There will also be a high-tech robot.
Part 2. Listen and choose the correct answer. Did you go to the basketball game on Friday?
No, I couldn't make it. I had an art class, actually.
You missed a really good game. What a pity.
Oh, really? Who won?
Our school did. Both teams played well. It's lucky that our team beat the York team.
Oh, I really wanted to go.
Yeah, it was really exciting.
So what was the score?
The score was 101 to 98.
Wow, that was a really close game.
That's what made it so great.
I'm sure I'll make it to the next one. Test 4. Part 1. Listen and write true or false for the following statements. 1. Anne's hobby is watching cartoons. 2. Her favorite type of movie is Disney. 3. She watches TV after dinner. 4. She thinks cartoon characters are often clumsy. 5. She spends 2 hours watching TV each day.
Part 2. Listen and fill in the missing word. Sport. Nicole loves sport. She does some sport every day. 3 times a week, she goes to the sports centre to play basketball or badminton, or to go swimming. She does sports at school, at home in the garden, and with her friends in the park. In the summer, she likes tennis, and in the winter, she goes skiing. There isn't a sport that Nicole doesn't like, but her favourite is football. On Saturday afternoons, she plays football for a girls' team. It's great. This year, the team has got a new coach. Nicole likes her a lot. She is strict, but the team works hard in every practice session, and they always win their matches.
Test 5. Part 1. Listen and write true or false for each statement. My most favorite game is football. It is a world-famous game. Football is such a popular game that it is played even in the most remote corners of my country. People walk long distances to watch a football match. Even old people enjoy watching this game. To play this most interesting game, I go to the field near my house where my friends wait for me every late afternoon. My friends also love this game very much. We play until dark. But it is a very hard game. It requires a lot of strength to kick the ball. They must also be skillful in controlling the ball. All these make the game a difficult game indeed. Playing football, however, helps us to be healthy and active. I shall always love this game. Part 2. Listen to Peter talking about his favorite sport and give short answers to the following questions. My name is Peter. I love football, and this is the time for the Europe Cup. I watch almost every match of it. I also play football on Saturday with my classmates. We all belong to the school football club, and last year we won the second prize in the district football competition. Besides football, I play badminton and go swimming.